I want to share something about the framework of reality. When we talk about reality, we have to root it in something undeniably true. And what's true, no matter who you are, where you're from, or what you believe, is that experience exists. Something is happening, something is being felt. And for anything to be experienced, there must be an experiencer, a being, a thing, a variable capable of observation. Observation is the thread reality weaves through. Now here's where it starts to bend. In this grand equation, the relationship between the observer and the observed is interchangeable. As we observe, we create. And what we create, in turn, begins to observe us back. That means the very thing you give life to, the idea, the identity, the experience, wouldn't exist if it wasn't also becoming aware of you, or more precisely, becoming aware of its source. But we have to be clear about this. The source is not the ego. It's not the constructed self. It's not your name, your background, your story, or the identity built by time. Those are layers, masks, useful, but not origin. The source is something deeper. It's the pure variable we all carry. The spark that allows observation in the first place. It's not just something that lets us experience reality. It is the fabric of reality itself. It's what is when all else falls away. That's what we're talking about when we say source. So yes, we hold the power to create. But let's not confuse that power with the flesh. We are not creators because of our identity. We are creators because we're tethered to source. People aren't the source. Humans aren't the source. The ego is not the source, but the source within us, the part we're made of, that's real. And here's the key. We are both the witness and a necessary part of the witnessing. Without us, source wouldn't experience itself this way. That variable, that potential, would remain unexpressed. There's real power in that. It means we have a say, not just in how we live life, but in how we experience source. And that freedom, that's the point. That's the entire purpose of being here. To experience source through our unique filter of awareness. Everything else, the personas, the systems, the beliefs, they're fabrications, reflections. Yes, they use the same energy as source, but they operate in smaller containers, miniature realms of possibility. Source doesn't just operate in possibility, it creates possibility itself. It's the variable that allows anything to exist at all. And us? We're dancing through that field, jumping from potential to potential, attaching ourselves to different realities, living them, feeling them, witnessing them. And in every moment, every timeline, every emotion, every thought, we are watching source reveal itself to itself, again and again and again. That's what this is, a cosmic feedback loop where awareness experiences itself through us. And it's easy to forget, because the world trains us to look outward, to chase, to fix, to label, to control. But none of that touches the core. None of it reveals what's actually happening. What's happening is you are a strand in the fabric of consciousness, folding in on itself, becoming aware through form. Every time you become more aware, you open a new pathway for source to explore itself. That's why your attention matters. That's why your choices matter. Because each decision isn't just about this life. It's about which thread of awareness you're energizing, which doorway you're opening for the whole field. You are not here to escape the illusion. You are here to navigate it consciously, to remember that even the illusion is built from source. It's all made of the same thing. The only difference is how deeply it remembers itself. When you become still, when you stop performing, when you observe without needing to control, you can feel it. The awareness behind the awareness. The you beneath the you. That's what's real. And the more you commune with it, the more your reality begins to organize around it. Not through force, but through coherence, through clarity. So no, you're not here by accident. And this isn't just a human experience. This is source, experiencing itself through form, through contrast, through limitation, through you. And when you remember that, you stop trying to get somewhere, and you start listening to the somewhere that's already inside you. That's when life becomes something else entirely. Not a game, not a prison, but a mirror, a portal, a conversation between the formless and the one who dares to see clearly, even inside the form. Because that's what it means to be here with awareness, to remember while still playing the role, to move through a world of names and structures while never forgetting the silence underneath them. You are not meant to dissolve into light and disappear. You are meant to embody the light while still grounded in form. That's the true alchemy, not to escape the illusion, but to become conscious within it, to recognize every moment as a choice between autopilot and awareness, between reaction and remembrance. And when you choose awareness, when you pause just long enough to feel the field around the moment, you influence the entire network. You shift something in the pattern, not just for yourself, but for everyone woven into the same tapestry. You might not see it in linear time, but reality is not linear. It's responsive, it's intelligent. It's listening to you at the level of being, not pretending. So every time you align with truth, you become a tuning fork for others to remember. Every time you observe without ego, you make space for the unspoken to rise. Every time you respond with presence instead of fear, you dissolve timelines that were never yours to begin with. You are not passive in this life. You are a sculptor of the unseen, a translator between dimensions, a temporary echo of something infinite, walking through time with the chance to wake up while still in it. This is the gift, not power for the sake of control, but awareness for the sake of communion. You're not here to master the world. You're here to master the mirror. And what you see in it is what Source is learning to see in itself through you. And once you realize that this life is a mirror of Source learning itself through you, you start to understand something else. Everything is possibility. Reality isn't a fixed line. It's a field, a living, breathing web of potential outcomes. And we're not just watching it unfold, we're moving through it. With every thought, every word, every choice, we are selecting from that field, shifting ourselves into new expressions of the same whole. We don't time travel like movies show it. We travel through time by shifting our resonance. And each resonance locks us into a different possibility. Every time you speak from truth or fear, you tune into a new version of reality. Every emotion you hold, every memory you revisit, every reaction you repeat, it all moves you. And most of it happens unconsciously. Not because we're weak, but because we're conditioned. Patterns take over. Stories run beneath the surface. And without awareness, we start selecting the same possibilities over and over without even realizing we had a choice. But choice never left. It's always right here, woven into the smallest action, the quietest response, the most overlooked moment. You shift realities with your tone of voice. You open timelines with your posture. You collapse futures by choosing silence over truth, or birth new ones by choosing courage over comfort. You are never static. You're always moving, traveling through possibility with every breath. So no, you're not trapped. You're not stuck. You're simply tuned into a version of the field that mirrors your current awareness. And the moment that awareness changes, so does the reflection. So does the field. So does everything.